Hi, I'm Liam from Reef Breeders, and today we'll be going over how to set up your Photon V2 Plus remote. Once you have your Photon plugged in and set up over your tank, get your remote ready. They usually come with a full charge, but you may want to plug it in for a few hours just in case. Once your remote is charged, then you want to make sure you peel the film off. It's hard to see, but if you scrape away at the top up here, you can easily peel it off. It's kind of hard to see. Now you have a brand new looking remote. Now let's go to setting it up. The first thing we want to do here is set the clock to the correct local time. First, turn on the remote with the power button at the top. You'll be able to tell the remote is on because it will denote a percentage symbol on the screen. Then hold the up and down arrow until the hour starts blinking. Use the up or down arrow to set the hour, then press OK. So for us it's 3:10 p.m. and since this is military time, that means we'll run this at 15. And then you can arrow over to the right for minutes and go up or down for how many you want to go up or down for the minutes. So 15:10 would be the equivalent of 3:10, and now it's 3:11, so we're going to put that up to 3:11. So to control the channels now, you'll press menu. Once the small person is blinking, you'll press the right arrow to go over to channel 1. And that's how you control your channels. So if you want to control channel 1, you'll leave it there. If you want to go up to channel 2, you'll press up, channel 2, up again to channel 3, up again if you want channel 4, 5, 6, and so on. So right now we're going to start with 1, so we're going to press the right arrow again, and that puts us at the percentage. So you can work your way all the way up from 0% up to 100%, but we're going to start with, let's just say, 25% on channel 1. Then we're going to go back to channel 2 and move the arrow up and then press the right arrow again to go back to the percentage, and then we can change the percentage for each channel. So I want to make that, let's say I want to make that 30%. And then the other thing you want to keep in mind is you can press the right arrow again, and that's how you control what time this is for. So it goes by the hour, so you'll only have to set it for how many hours you have in the day. So usually people only have the lights on in their tank for 8 to 12 hours in a day tops. So you're only going to have to set this for, let's just say 8 different hours or 9 different hours in a day for each color. So it's not too much. Okay, now I've gone ahead and made an example setting for us. So if you press menu, tab over to the right, channel 6, tab over again to the percentage again, tab over again to the time, scroll down to 12, and you'll see I have scroll backwards, go press the left arrow to percentage, press the left arrow again to channel, and we go through the channels and you'll see I have channel 1 at 20%, channel 2 at 20, channel 3 at 25, channel 4 at 25, channel 5 at 25, channel 6 at 20, and through the whole day, if you go through the different hours, you can see how I just slowly ramp up channel 3, 35, channel 4, 30, and each person's settings are going to be different depending on what kind of tank you have set up. So if I have an SPS dominant tank, I'm going to have the lights up much higher than I would if it was going to be on a softies tank that has, you know, more mushrooms and corals that need low light. And then there's going to be mixed reefs that have, you know, a mix of both. So depending on what kind of corals you have in your tank and how deep your tank is, are all definitely, there are factors involved in how you're going to want to set these up. And the way that I recommend it is you just start low. You start around like 30-40% as a max setting, and then work your way up. And that way you can see how it's affecting your corals, and you can move corals that are affected, you know, that obviously don't need as much light lower in the tank, and you can just watch slowly rather than just immersing your whole tank with a ton of light. Sometimes if you introduce too much light to your corals at once, it's not a good thing. You want to kind of ramp it up. The next thing that we'll go over is the different modes. So if you press menu, you'll notice that we skipped by the different options earlier. So we press menu, and you see the little guy blinking, and you see the moon. See, the moon is blinking now. If I press up, and if I press up again, I have the cloud cover blinking, and if I press up another time, I have the sun. So each one of those is different. The moon, the sun, and the cloud covers are just set modes. So you can kind of set, if you want it to be sunny, you know, what you want your sunny mode to be, your cloudy mode to be, and your moonlight mode to be. And that's just kind of a quick feature that you can have any setting that you want saved there, and it's just going to stay like that all day. So those modes are simply if you want the lights to turn on at a certain point, or if you just not even turn on, you don't have a timer for that. If you just want to leave it in a certain mode the whole day, it wouldn't ramp up to any colors. It would just stay that same setting, you know. So if you had it at 50% across all the colors, it's just going to stay that all day. So that's cool, you know, if you're bringing people over and you want to showcase your tank and you want it to look a little bit different than what it normally does for growing corals. That's what I would generally use it for. That's why we focus mainly on the little person at the bottom, because that's actually the timer mode that ramps up to the different settings. And, you know, it allows you to ramp the colors together and do all the cool stuff. So that's what we recommend for that when you want to ramp your colors. The other thing is if you press the arrow over multiple times, so if I press menu and I arrow over 1, 2, 3, and then 4 times past the time, then you'll see a little lightning bolt. And if you press the up arrow, that turns that on. And if you press it again, it turns it off, or if you press it down, you know, vice versa. It's just like a little switch. But, you know, sometimes I've had it where I turned it on accident and, you know, my lights are flashing in my tank and I don't know what's going on. And that's the lightning mode. Well, that's it for today on setting up your Photon V2 Plus remote. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us at Reef Breeders. Till next time.